make it, so just an FYI. So yeah, we won't, it's just a GDPR thing that we have to mention. So for everyone that doesn't know me, I'm Kim. I'm the event director at Facilitate. I just wanted to welcome you to AT Connect. I'm really excited that it's our first virtual event and we're about to go live, and we've got a lot in store for you. So just a quick FYI, we have 2 networking events taking place during the event. So we've got a pub quiz and a cocktail making masterclass. And we only have space for 50 people at these events, and it's done on a first come first served basis. So if you'd like to attend these, can you add them to your agenda in Grip? I'm telling this to you guys because obviously we want to give you guys priority to get into those networking sessions. But we do ask that a maximum of 2 people per company sign up, just to make it fair for everyone else as well. Onto the webinar. So the purpose of this webinar is to help you maximise your profile, so you can get the most out of this platform before the event and during. The Grip platform went live for all attendees at 2 p.m. So the earlier you update your profiles, the more likely it is that you'll find the right connections. So I would suggest after this call or tomorrow morning, really getting onto those profiles and making sure they look as good as possible. I'd also recommend adding as many assets to your company profile as possible, which is things like videos and social handles. I'm sure Laurie will go through this, but we have created a Facilitate sponsorship profile as an example. So Laurie, maybe in the demo you could show them our profile as well, but you can use that as an example when setting yours up. Hopefully it's good. There's going to be a Q&A after the demo, so please keep all questions to them. And hopefully a few of you have had a chance to play around on the platform already. Dave Green and Will Gilbert, as well as Sarah and Magda, are also on the call to answer any event-specific questions that you might have. And I think the demo is around 20 minutes, so we're saving as much time as possible for Q&A, so to get you guys really all your questions answered. Last thing from me, you should have received your welcome email from noreply@advancedtherapiesconnect.com. And if you didn't receive this, please check your spam folder, because that is where all of ours went. So it's probably in your spam folder if you don't have that email. And if you didn't receive it in your spam, then we can resend that to you. Just drop us a message. I'm going to hand over to Laurie now, who's going to take you through the platform. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Kim. That was a good intro. I was not prepared, and that was very nice improv. So I will ask everyone to mute themselves so that the recording is as clear as possible. I will break every time I have gone through a specific part of the platform, so that we can ask questions. I think it's important to ask questions at the time as well, so I can refer back. So I'll get started. Super excited to meet you all, very excited to onboard you all on the platform. The Advanced Therapy, the Facilitate team has worked really hard with us to make this a great networking platform, as well as a platform that is very rich in content. So as Kim has said, you should have received a welcome email that looks something like what you're seeing on my screen now. And Kim, can you give me a thumbs up? You're seeing my screen. Yeah, okay, cool. So the welcome email looks something like this. So it has generic information about the platform, what it does, and a few different steps you should follow. As you can see on the welcome email, you have your credentials listed there, but the quickest way to log in and onboard and activate your account would just to click on that trigger button, which is the login. Okay. Once you click there, what will happen is you would be asked to claim your account, which is the first step. Just a little side note here. Obviously here I'm showing you this platform on desktop. If you use it on your mobile browser, it's completely responsive as well. If you were on the go and you wanted to network in public transport, not all of us are hating public transport at the moment, but who knows? So the first thing to do here would be, so just a quick sec. So to claim your account, you would have to simply go next, create a password, confirm it twice, and create your account. Now, the first thing you will see when you create your account is a series of onboarding questions. Those questions are important for 2 reasons. These are questions that are going to be featured on your profile, as well. So and we have seen, and especially in the virtual event, virtual platform, it is very, people that have the richest profile, meaning the most updated profiles, are the ones that are going to receive the more leads, the more networking activity on their profile. So the richer, the most updated your profile is, the better, the better chance you have to really generate a lot of leads. And also, these questions are super important because they're going to enable our AI to recommend you with the right people. Okay, so we use the data, we use this data to create matchmaking and to matchmake you with the right person. Okay, I'll ask everyone to mute themselves. I see there's still someone that is not muted. Thank you very much, guys. So once you've updated your information, and you can directly click on each fields, add the relevant values, remove some and update them, go through them each by one and update. Once you've gone through the steps, all you can do is go next and data consent. Okay, the data consent here is for us as a company to use some of your matchmaking, networking behavior to better matchmake you with people. Okay, and then next you to start networking, click on start networking. The first thing I would prompt you to do here is to go in the section profile, which has all information about your personal profile. As Kim rightfully said, it is very important that the first steps you take on this platform is to make sure that your personal profile, your company profile, as well as your products are all uploaded. Okay, so here the first thing I'll do is go and edit my profile. In the profile section, as you can see, I can upload a picture, I can update my personal information. The series of questions you answered during the onboarding are updatable at any point in time. And again, guys, don't forget, everyone will base actions on your profiles from what they can see. Okay, so having a very updated profile is very important. What you can find in this section as well is the ability to manage your availability. So knowing that everyone has their own schedule and timetable at the moment, you'll be able to block off some times or make some times available and save them. Automatically, when you do this, it will block off these times for you to block off this time from your calendar so that people cannot book meetings with you at this time. Okay. You'll also be able to update your email, update your password here, manage and as well as export all your meetings. You can export your accepted meetings, pending, which are the ones you had to respond to, the waiting response, the ones you've requested and you're waiting on a response, or the decline ones. Okay. In this export, you will see generic information of the person you had requested a meeting with, or you had a meeting pre-scheduled with. You will not be given email and phone numbers, as this is if you wanted to do that, you can do it with someone with which you've had a connection, so an accepted meeting or mutual interest, and I'll show you how it looks like in just a second. Now, quickly, I wanted to go over the different profiles that are available to you. So we went into your personal profile. How do you go to your company profile, and how do you add products? Because we want to focus on the first steps here. You will go in the section Teams here, which is the company management tool, and I'll go more into details on what Teams is in a bit, but I just want to focus on profile. Under Teams, you will see your company profile, which you will be able to update here. So entering your logo, different information about your company type. You can put your Facebook link, your Twitter link, your website, LinkedIn, embedded video URL, and I'll show you how it looks. It looks great on your profile. So that means that a video will be directly embedded in your profile. To know exactly what type of URL and what the format and what type of system you can use Vimeo and YouTube only, and it has to be embedded. You have a little article here, if you click, that will teach you exactly what type of URL to insert in that section. Then a documents URL, it has to be a URL, it cannot be a straight PDF. So you could you could use a system like DocSend, where you can generate a link, and then people have to use their email to access your document so that you get this statistics. So Step 1, your personal profile. Step 2, your company profile. Once you update your company profile, you can directly search for your company here. So I'll look for facilitate because Kim told me it was looking great, and I'd facilitate. Did I not type this right? Yes, it is. Cool. So here you can see that's a great looking company profile.
I hope it's okay, Laurie. I like to use it as an example.
No, it's great. So here you can see the tagline, you can see the different actions, which we'll go over in just a second. You can see the embedded video URL to promote a specific, to promote your company, as well as all your personal information here, your Twitter, your website, a summary of the company, and in your company profile will also be where all your representatives are linked, okay? That's your company profile. So every time you update it, make sure to search for it and look at it and make sure you test all your data. Step 3 is creating products. Okay, so in the section product within Teams, you'll be able to add products. Okay, so to add products, simply click on add. You can put a picture, a name, a headline, a website, again, a video URL that specifically is a demo of this product. Okay, a document URL if you wanted to give additional information about this product, and a summary here. Okay, and once you've done so, you can then go back and save and add your product. How would people see your product? Very easy. So for example, now I'm going to go on the grip profile. As you were saying, here you can see representatives and products. Okay, and users will be able to go directly and see your product and interest your product or skip it, whether they're not interested or not, and see information about your product. Okay, so step 1, profile. Step 2, company. Step 3, products. Any questions here before I move on to networking? Cool. All right, that means it's straightforward for everyone. If you have questions, happy to answer them during the Q&A as well. Now, after you've updated those 3 types of profiles, the next step will be to go into your home section. This is where all your networking tools sit. Okay, so the first thing you can see here is a home feed, okay, which has blocks that brings you to that have call to action. So if you click here, recommended for you, you have access to your recommendation, my connections, or the people with which I've had either an accepted meeting or a mutual interest, attending sponsors, attendees, and find out more about Advanced Therapies Week. What you can see here, and is very important, is I have a meeting, virtual meeting that is happening right now. So I'm being prompted that I have a virtual meeting. Okay, so very important, that home feed will always shows you what's happening right now and what sits in my schedule. So if you have Rsvp to a specific session, or if you have a meeting that is about to happen or happening, we will always remind you here. Now, let's go in through the networking and how do I book those meetings. So in the section recommended for you here, you will have at least, and this is where grip is quite powerful, is we will recommend you and put you in front of people which have matching networking business goals, okay? So that you can, so people that are potentially good leads for you. So for example, here I see about 10 recommendations at the time. My first recommendation is always deployed, so I can see full information of Oliver. If I wanted to see full information of Lindsay, which is my next recommendation, I can simply click on her profile and can see here her full profile. So here, David Green and I have, we're being recommended to each other. Why am I being recommended to David? Then I'm being told here because we have the primary role that David is interested is probably my primary role. So there's a mutual match here. And what I can do on each of the profiles listed in my recommendations is 3 calls to action. Number 1, skip if I'm not interested. And a skip is important because every time you skip, you show interest or you request a meeting, our AI learns from what are the profiles you like and the profiles you don't like. Okay, so if I skip here, David goes in my skip list. Sorry, David. If I show interest acts 2 ways. It puts this Oliver in my interest list. a bit like my favorite list. And then second, it puts, it sends Oliver a nudge saying, Laurie has interested your profile, interest her back. And if Oliver interests me back, then that creates a connection. And Oliver and I can just start discussing and find out whether or not there is a business potential between each other, okay? And then finally, request a meeting. How do I request a meeting? Very simple. I request a meeting by here on that little side form where I'll be able to choose a date, choose a time, choose a location, and write a message, okay? I would really, really advise you to write a message. We've seen that 50% more meetings are being accepted if there is a personal message. It makes it more personable. People, I think they've taken the time to write to me, maybe introduce yourself, but I would really recommend that you do. Here you see a little number that is important. It's 20 meeting requests. So basically, you are given, being given 20 a cycle of 20 meetings. So basically, what you will be able to do is, let's say you connect today on the platform and you shoot out 20 meeting requests. At that point, you would be blocked. Okay, you won't be able to send out any additional meeting requests until people start accepting and declining your meeting request. Then at that time, you will regain allowance of meetings. So it's a cycle, okay? Obviously, if someone doesn't reply to you, you will be able to cancel a meeting, okay? So let me find the profile of someone at Facilitate to show you how a meeting would work. Kim, do you have someone? Maybe I'll go to David. I'll go and book a meeting with David. David Green, sorry, from the Facilitate team. Okay, I had skipped you, sorry. Here, so if I wanted to book a meeting with David, it's very simple. I'll shoot an email request here. Meeting has been requested. Now, what happens when I request a meeting like this? David has received an email that looks something like this, okay? Saying Laurie has requested a meeting with you. David will automatically be able to accept it, give me a maybe or a no, okay? This automatically sends me a notification on the platform as well as by email, okay? And this meeting will automatically sit in the section My Schedule, which sits right here, and I'll show you in just a second. Now, so how do I access my meetings once I have requested them? You simply go in the section My Schedule here, and you'll be able to see all your meetings. Here, for example, I have requested a meeting with David. Okay, he hasn't accepted it yet. So at that time, I can still cancel it if I wanted to. I can see here I'm waiting for his response, and I can even reschedule that meeting if I wanted to. If David and I chatted and he said, "Hey, Laurie, can we possibly do it another time?" I can reschedule it here, choose date and time, and reschedule the meeting.
Laurie?
Now, yes.
My colleague needs to be admitted to the meeting. His name is David Hawkins.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Now, so what happens when the event is live and I have a schedule full of meetings? Well, every time you have a meeting, 10 minutes prior to the meeting, you will be prompted with an email looking like this, that you have a meeting waiting to happen. Okay. When you get on the when you log into the platform, you will also see it on the homepage and to My Schedule section. So here you can see I have a meeting happening right now with Saul. 5 minutes prior to the meeting, this button would appear, open your virtual meeting room. All I have to do is click on opening that virtual meeting room. And what would happen here is I can share my camera, I can share my mic, I can discuss, I can share my screen. And here on the right, I can see the profile of the person I'm chatting with. I can discuss with them and share some information. Hi, Saul, here are the documents, the docs we discussed. send them the documentation while we're chatting. Okay, so all of this is embedded in our platform. You do not need to download any additional softwares. As you can see on the top left corner here, I can see that my meeting is from 4 to 4:30. We can stay in this room past 4:30. There is no problem with that. However, if you drop out of this meeting room after the time of the meeting here, you will not be able to re-enter that room. You can go in and out of that virtual meeting room from the time during the time of the meeting. You can stay past the time if you stay in that virtual meeting room, but you won't be able to re-enter it after. Okay, so that's an important point. Any questions about meetings?
One question I think people might be have in the back of their minds, how to use a different meeting platform if they would prefer to send a Zoom link or a Team link or something like that.
Yeah, no problem. So the meetings, in order for you to share that type of information after you've had an accepted meetings, you would go into the section My Connection here, okay? And where you have all your chats and all the people you have an accepted meeting with. You open the chat and you can say, hi, Sol, let's discuss on Zoom. Here is the link, okay? And then you can share your Zoom link, no problem. Another very important section is the section interested in you here. So think about LinkedIn, where you have this constant inflow of people viewing your profile, interested in your profile. And I'll show you here on our demo platform. You will see here I have 20 people that have showed interest in my profile. So I can see this, this list of people. I can skip each profile, open the profiles of these persons, okay? Request a meeting with them, and chat with them, okay? The reason you have this additional function, which is the chat, is because those people have showed interest in you. So you are the one in control on whether you close that loop and create a connection by chatting with them, okay? So whether you're very active or passive of the platform, you will always get this inflow of leads, so very important. Next, you will have the section My Connection, which we discussed. You will only, and that's very important, you will only be able to chat with people if you've had a mutual interest. So they've interested you, you interested them back, or vice versa, or you have an accepted meeting. Only at that point in time can you chat with each other, okay? We want to avoid spamming. Here in the section My Interest List, you will have a list of all the people you've interested, the companies you've interested, the products, etc. In My Skip List, you will have all the people you've skipped. Obviously, I had put David in my skip list, but I booked a meeting with him, so he went straight out of it. The Advanced Therapy team has also made available for you at least like a full list of all the people, all the companies, sponsor companies that will be at Advanced Therapies. Again, if you click on a specific company, you see the information, the representative associated with them, and if they've sponsored a session. In the representative section, sponsor representative, you can use a series of filters at the top, which will help you refine that list and know a bit more and see a list that matches your networking goals. You can also use the search box at the top if you wanted to search for someone specific or some things there specific. Any questions on all the networking tools so far? Okay, cool. I'll move along. So now what we just went through is a series of individual networking tools, right? They're proper to you. Now, the team section, which is the company section, is a company tool. It will allow you to generate lead and have full transparency on the number of leads you're generating as a company, as well as manage your company and products profile. Okay, it's very important that your team uses that tool to generate more leads and making sure you all there's no lead spillage. Okay, so the first thing you see, and this is auto-created for you, okay? All your colleagues will already be onboarded there. There's nothing for you to do, okay? So that's a very important point as well. So the first thing you see here on the Teams homepage is your event calendar. Okay, so in here you would have once your team members start booking meetings, you will see, and I'm just going to show you quickly on our demo platform, it will be a Google-like calendar where you will see everyone's meetings. Okay, so here we have a large team of 16 people. You can see how many meetings, whether they're scheduled, pending, waiting response, or decline, each user has from your team. Okay, so you can basically say, oh, these people are working quite hard, some others we need to boost a little bit more. And here I can see, as everyone from the team will be able to see, oh, who is everyone having a meeting with. Okay, so more transparency, more lead generation there. You can also use the filters here to see only scheduled meetings, pending, awaiting response, decline ones. Okay. The other section that is quite cool here is the smart calendar. So what we want to give you the ability to do is to invite your community that you have on LinkedIn, the people you have in your database, and tell them, come and let's meet, and you should onboard the Advanced Therapy platform and have meetings with us on there. Book a meeting with my team. So the smart calendar, I'm talking too fast, I'm going to slow down. The smart calendar basically enables, you will see a list of all your team members. You'll be able to activate or deactivate their profile on the smart calendar only. That won't deactivate their profile on the networking side. You'll be able to manage their calendar, so you will be able to see their calendar and make them available or busy, okay, at certain time. And you'll be, once you've done this, be able to pick up that link, the smart calendar link, and share that. Sorry, it looks like my screen is a bit crooked, but here you'll be able to see a full list of all the team members that will be joining your team at Advanced Therapies. Okay, so Grip Facilitate is the name of my team, my logo, and here what I can do is, let's say you put this on your LinkedIn, you send this link also in an email blast. Your clients can simply click on one of your team members and click on available or busy, available times, put their email, first name, last name, company, and personal message, and send you a meeting request. What happens is it automatically syncs in your calendar, and your client gets a meeting request, a meeting confirmation saying, hey, you've booked a meeting with Lori. Make sure you register for Advanced Therapies in order to be part of this meeting. Okay. Again, so it's a nice way for you to bring all your clients and everyone under one platform. The next section is the section inbound leads. So earlier we spoke about the section interested in you here. The other section that is quite cool is inbound leads. In there, not only you will see the people that have viewed your profile or interested your profile, you'll be able to see everyone that has viewed your team member's profile or interested one of your team members, that has interested your company profile or interested one of your products, etc. So you'll be able to get this inflow of all the leads and views that you're getting from all your different profiles, people, products, and company. Okay, and act on it. So for example, here, if I were to go back on our demo platform, I go in the section inbound leads. Just give me 1 second. Oh, I went through all my inbound leads. So here you will have a list of all your inbound leads and be able to action them. Okay, so click on skip, interest, book a meeting. You will see a tag of who they've booked a meeting with, what they've interested, if they've interested your product, and you can then follow up with them and show interest with them accordingly. So again, generating, it's all the leads you're generating across all your profiles. Okay, the views and the interest. Okay, because as I showed you just a little earlier, if I were to go back on the Grip page, you can interest Grip here. You can as well as interest a product here. Okay, so every time someone interests a product or views it, then it comes into my inbound leads. Another good feature here is the company chat. So if I were to go back on the Grip profile here, you can see I can have the opportunity to message group. Okay, once a Teams is generated, so once the first user of the first rep of a sponsor connects on the platform, the team is automatically created. Once the Teams is active, here this button becomes available. So what is this button? So let's think about the fact that why do you want a stand at an event? Because it gives you have the opportunity to see your clients, you see content, etc., but also visibility and potential foot traffic you could get in your stand, right? So on a platform like this, we wanted to fill in that gap and give a bit more accessibility to for users to your company. So here, what I can do is directly start chatting with Grip and see if someone gets back to me. So I could say, "Hi, I'm interested in speaking to someone at Grip." Shoot that message. Automatically, what happens, it creates a handshake. So that means they're automatically in my inbound leads. But also if I go to company chat here, anyone from your team can pick up a chat and start chatting with that person and see if there's business potential or not. Okay. This is not an instant chat. This is more of a kind of between email and chat. Okay. Every time someone chats with your company, all your team members will receive a notification. Next, any questions here?
I have one question that potentially people might be thinking. Is this essential? Would this be coming from a central? Would you suggest there be a central, say, admin person who might be monitoring this, or who would generally pick up these kind of company chats? Could this be anyone within the company's contacts, or would you advise there being one person?
So basically, usually people tend to have a mix of marketing and salespeople that are all in teams. The marketing teams will be more in charge of everything around the company and product profiles. But then you also have, and it's a very good point, David. I think it's really important that you assign someone to this chat to make sure that you don't leave too much time between the answers and response, and that you really act on it as soon as possible during the time of the event. So that's a great point. I would definitely assign this specific section, as well as the inbound lead section, to someone from your team.
And similar question with the smart calendar, who would control that? Who would decide who would control that within the company?
Yeah, so basically anyone can, the admin, so the first person that onboards the platform is automatically the admin, right? So everyone would potentially have the opportunity to manage people's calendar and activate or deactivate. The team section here, the team member section here, will enable you to make certain people admin or team members, okay? Admins can do everything. They can update the company profile, add products and update products, as well as manage other people's calendar. And so the first person that onboards will be the admin, so the first person that connects to the platform, and then they will have the ability to switch people from admin to team members. So to answer your question, David, the admin of the team then should discuss with their team to see who should be an admin. So who should have the ability to update company profile, update products, as well as manage the smart calendar, and then switch their role or manage their role directly in the team members section. Cool. Does it answer your question? Yeah,
absolutely.
Okay, cool.
If anyone on the call has questions and don't want to necessarily ask them out loud, feel free to send them to myself or Will or anyone else in the team. We can ask on your behalf as well.
Good point. Thank you. The next section is the section contact. So in here, you will see all the contacts you have generated as a team. What is a contact? It's either someone that you've had a mutual interest or a meeting with here. So that's for follow-up purposes. You can see which team member has generated those contacts, the source of those contacts, is it the smart calendar or the event matchmaking system, etc. The next section here will be the section team members. In there, as mentioned earlier, you can edit your own profile, and if you're admin, you can edit other team members' profile as well as update their role. Okay, to reiterate, a team member cannot update the company product profile. Admin can update all of this, as well as the smart calendar. Here, the company profile can be updated at any point in time. Something very important here, it might take a few minutes every time to update your information. So be patient and make sure you do a deep refresh every time once you've saved. And don't forget to save here on the top right corner. Products sits here, you can add your products. And then exports, you can export some information here about the leads you've generated. So here you can, you have a section where you can export your meetings in a CSV file and export your contacts or connections. So people with which you've had mutual interest or unaccepted meetings, okay? We will not give you email and phone number. This is up to you and the other person to share your personal information in the chats once you have a connection. The next section here, and finally, is your event agenda. So again, as I was saying, the advanced therapies team has worked very hard to create a very a beautiful event agenda with a lot of content. So you will have access to this event agenda right now. You can filter by date.
I'm on a semi-useful, useless webinar that tells me how to use the conferencing platform.
Someone forgot to mute themselves. Thank you very much. If you could mute yourself.
Yeah, I'm not.
That's not a webinar. What is
Thank
Zoom.
you. All right, guys. So here you have the event content. So if you want to RSVP to a session, click on the event agenda icon here. If you wanted to see what's in the actual session, you simply click on it. You can see additional information. So you can see who are the speakers, you can speak, interest, add it to your schedule. In order for you to see a session, a live streaming session happening on the platform, you always have to add it to your schedule. So please take this time to add sessions to your schedule here. As you can see, you will see a holding a video, and at the time of the session, you would receive a reminder, and it will also sit in your agenda. You will see a reminder, you will be sent a reminder saying you're about to have a session, which is in your schedule. You can connect on the platform and watch that session directly in the platform here. Okay?
Lori?
Yes.
I have a question. So this is the company profile that you're going through, but then you're saying that folks should add sessions to their schedule. So are folks in my company somehow tied to the company profile? Because they get their own registration email to, to register, yet there's this other platform. So are those two connected somehow? I guess I'm not seeing the connection.
You're not seeing the connection between registration and this system. So what will,
right.
Yeah, so that will be all done for you. You have nothing to do. So if you have registered all your representatives, we create that connection, okay, with the advanced therapies team. So automatically the company and the representatives will sit all under it for you, under the profile. Yeah, it will all be done for you. You do not have to make that connection. It will be pre-done.
Okay, so I can either schedule these meetings for them, or they can go via their own registration and schedule them.
Yes, exactly.
Either way. Okay,
yes, exactly.
Thank you.
Yes, no problem. But what we were just talking about was the event agenda. So it's different. So it's session, conferences, content, okay, which sits in the event agenda. And when you RSVP to sessions, this is when they will appear in the My Schedule section, okay? This is done for me in terms of all the different tools that you have available for networking and to access content. Kim, David, I don't know if you wanted anything else you wanted to mention. If you guys have questions, yep, I'm open for questions.
Yeah, I think now would just be a good time for any Q&A. Obviously, we've saved 20 minutes at the end. If there isn't any questions, like Dave said, we can, or you can send them to us directly. But yeah, now's a chance for you guys to ask any questions that you might have about the platform or any, yeah, over to you guys.
And feel free to ask them on the chat as well. I can look at, I can see.
Hi, I have two quick questions. So we used GRIP in a previous conference, and now I seem to have two different teams associated with my company. Is that something you can delete internally from the platform, just so that all of, say, our team members are working from the one team profile?
I don't think it should happen for advanced therapies, but I can check that with Kim. If you want to send me your first name and last name, I will check this, because this is not actually a setup this is a setup we no longer do, having someone being part of two teams.
Okay, so yeah. I have, say, the screenshots of the two teams. Can I send them to you?
Yeah, send it to me and I'll look it up. Or just or send it to the advanced therapies team, and they can send it to me directly.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Thank you.
Great. And the second question I have is just around the profile. Can you add PDFs to your team profile, or is it only URLs?
It has to be links. You can, okay. It has to be links. And I would recommend that you can use something like DocSend, which enables you to track who has viewed your links. It's always a great tool and an added value, because you get that inflow of statistics of the people that are viewing your documents.
Okay, and will that allow you to host the document on that website as well? Or
yeah, because you basically generate a link. So
okay,
DocSend allows you to generate a link, and any type of link you can put in the section company here, where it says documents. You can put any type of links there.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Any other questions here? I know there was a question in the chat here. Hello, can you reassign meetings requests to different team members? My audio is not, yeah, no problem. Yes, you can reassign a meeting to different team members. Let me just show you here. So once your team has been created, when you are about to book a meeting, and I'll just show you in just a second. When you request a meeting here, you'll be able to add to choose one of your team members here. Okay, so here I could use Anthony's profile from my team and request a meeting. Sorry, it's loading. My computer is heating up a bit. But you can choose one of your team members here and act on their behalf to request a meeting. Okay. And this list would appear once your teams has been created.
I have another question. Okay. I am not registered for the meeting because I don't attend the meetings. I just coordinate the meetings for the team. Am I able to be just an admin, added as an admin to the page?
Once you're on the platform, you will automatically show on the networking side. We can't have you not visible on networking and only visible in Teams. But we can have you as an admin, yes.
Okay, thank you.
So I guess if you register via the registration link, and then I guess can we take her off, like, as the event goes live? So I guess you don't want the partnering meetings, right? That you don't want the access to partnering meetings, but you just want to be in the platform this week to set everything up. Maybe we could take you off the platform the day the event goes live or the day before, once you've done everything. Would that work, Glory? Could we do that?
Yeah, we can. We just need to make sure she has the meetings have been created on behalf of other people and not assigned to this person where we're moving to the platform.
Yes. So Aida, I think, sorry, that was you that asked the question, right?
Yes.
Yeah, just checking. Yeah, I think what we can do, if you get registered, I know that you registered all your colleagues, so you know how to do the registration. If you do that, we'll get you in the platform. We can take you out next week, as long as obviously you haven't got any meetings. That should be fine.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you.
And there was another question in the chat. Can I see my company profile even though I'm not an admin? Yes, you can. Yes, you can do that. So you will be able to see it. You just won't be able to update it. Someone just asked, when will the recording be available? It will be available about approximately 5 minutes after, just for the time for Zoom to generate that recording. Any other questions? Kim, I don't know if you want to wrap it up, saying a little word or.
I could try. Yeah, just thanks everyone for joining us. I really appreciate the time. We just want to make sure that, like I said at the beginning, that you have everything you need from us to make sure you have a really successful event. Obviously you've got Dave and Will as your account managers, and Magda, myself, any the Facilitate team that can help you if you've got any further questions when you start setting up your profile. So look, we are on hand to help you out. We just want to make sure that you get your profile set up so you can have the best event possible. So thanks everyone, and see you soon.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.